Hello there, and welcome back or welcome to my bubble on the internet. I'm Waffles. This is the last part to my clan generator challenge with SpiritClan. If you haven't seen the other parts, I'll have the playlist in the card above or in the description. But if you want to just see cats being drawn, that's fine too. And note, just because SpiritClan is over doesn't mean this challenge is over. The world with SpiritClan has technically three clans in their territories. After SpiritClan, I will be getting into FrostClan next. Also, small warning, this part of SpiritClan will have a slight mention of child neglect and abuse, and I think ableism. If you are uncomfortable with that, skip to this timestamp where it's past all that, since this is in relation to the first queen and kids of this video. I also want to say I took more artistic liberties with these cat designs. That's all for the intro, so let's head on to the clan. The first queen we have is Finchgaze. She's a clumsy and grumpy strong tan she-cat with a black paw and kind yellow eyes. She's 41 moons old. I looked up to see if this is possible in cats and I don't think it is. The closest thing to tan and black being on a cat is a Bengal cat, so I made her into a Bengal. I also decided to make her a polydactyl on all her paws from the trait clumsy. I don't think she is too clumsy, but it happens sometimes. The best way I can sum up Finchgaze is she's the rainflower of SpiritClan. She has 4 kits, one of which she mistreats solely because of her looks, even naming the kit after them. Finchgaze favors her other children and doesn't really hide it much that she dislikes this kit. Fun fact, her mate is Poppy Reed, Metalstar's best friend. So you'll see most of his fur shine through with the kits, which Finchgaze of course enjoys but dislikes with the kit she neglects. Her grumpy nature of course stems from the death of Poppy Reed and her brother Grassbird. I like to think Finchgaze was Grassbird's older sister and she was protective of him, but with him dead, she feels like a failure. Anyways, the first kit of Finchgaze and Poppy Reed's litter is Perch Kit. She's a careful, aggressive, appreciative, and lean orange she-cat with bright blue eyes. She is 2 moons old. I decided to make her a tabby since I think it would fit her. She is one of Finchgaze's favorite kits and she resembles Poppy Reed the closest. I would say she's aggressive in the way she plays, hence why I drew her playing with her mother's tail pretty roughly. Perchkit probably is careful in regards to having to hold her back from playing roughly with other kits or her siblings. Since her mother fawns over her for her pelt color, she's a little bit of a brat and will probably think highly of her pelt. Hopefully it won't worsen her behavior when she's older. Next up is Crooked Kit. She's a dramatic, cunning, and strict orange she-cat with bright orange eyes and is also 2 moons old. You'll see I didn't go with the bright orange eyes. I also decided to make her have crossed eyes. And yes, I know I said earlier that Finchgaze is the rainflower SpiritClan, and that she has a kit also named Crooked Kit. I swear it wasn't originally planned, this is just how the pieces came together. I gave her a small little white bird-like bit on her chest because of her future suffix. And if it isn't obvious enough, this is the kit that Finchgaze neglects, from what I said before. Finchgaze hoped that with time that Crooked Kit's eyes would fix itself, but when Cinderwater told her they would most likely stay that way, Finchgaze practically disowned Crooked Kit without a word. I like to think maybe her original name would have been Maple Kit instead. Crooked Kit most definitely got her 3 traits from the mistreatment of her mother. Dramatic to get the attention she wants, cunning to come up with the ideas for attention, and strict because of the lack of love from Finchgaze. She would most likely be one of the many cats in the story that the Great Evil will prey on. I would like to make a note on this that Crooked Kit's story won't follow Crooked Star's story in canon. I do have my own thoughts on how her story will go. The next kit of the litter is Fire Kit. She is said in the generator to be a sweet, devoted, and swift tan she-cat with yellow eyes and is 2 moons old. I would say Fire Kit probably has almost, if not the most amount of energy in the litter, almost in par to Perch Kit. She also doesn't understand Finchgaze's anger against Crooked Kit and would try to play with her older sister when she sees her alone. I think Finchgaze is neutral with Fire Kit, but leans a bit more to liking her more. She would probably move Fire Kit away from Crooked Kit sometimes though. I like to think Crooked Kit and Fire Kit have basically an opposite Celestia and Luna relationship, with the little sister caring for the older sister to try and take her out of the shadows. Will it work? Who knows? I also decided to make Fire Kit a tabby, or at least not a solid cat to fit more with her name. And the same goes for Finchgaze's last kit. This is Elm Kit, a clumsy yet strong gold tom with a brown underbelly and green eyes, and is also 2 moons old. This is also another cat pelt that doesn't really happen. I know, Waffle's trying to do realistic genetics in the funny murder cat story, What blasphemy. But I don't think in a realistic sense. I just mean if I can't Google gold cat with brown underbelly and find a real reference, then it wouldn't really work. Especially since I ended up making Elm Kit a tabby to fit with an elm tree theme. I also made him polydactyl, like his mother, but only on his front 2 paws. This in turn adds onto more appeal for Finch gaze to have favoritism with Elm Kit as well. It also adds onto the fact that Elm Kit has his father's eye color. With him also being the youngest in the litter, Finch gaze has more attention on him to help him walk with extra bean paws. Elm Kit is Finch gaze's baby boy forever and ever. He'll hopefully not turn out badly after this. Hopefully. Now that Finch gaze's family is done with, we now move on to another queen and her kit. This is J-Flame. She's a talkative, understanding, affectionate, and a lean mottled blue-gray she-cat with small green eyes and is 48 moons old. J-Flame was a loner who came into the clan for her daughter. I'm choosing whether or not she joined the clan while pregnant or already had her kit when she joined. I don't think once she's allowed to, she'll move on to being a warrior for SpiritClan. I also think J-Flame isn't at all deterred from staying in SpiritClan after hearing about the great evil and all the tragedies. This is the new life and adventure she wanted. But this doesn't mean she isn't at least the tiniest bit worried. She's worried mainly for her daughter but doesn't make it obvious. So unlike Finch gaze, J-Flame is a good mother. Her bubbly energy also definitely rubbed off onto her daughter. And speaking of her, J-Flame's daughter is a 2-moon-old turtle kit. She's a dramatic and apologetic big blue she-cat with dark green eyes. You'll eventually see I didn't make her solid gray. I made her spotted to fit kinda with a turtle shell. I also kinda strayed a bit from that too by making her have spots though. I don't have much on her except her cheery and energetic nature comes from her mother. She also definitely got the dramatics from hearing Rose Kit and Yellow Kit stories. Not sure why she would be apologetic yet, but maybe her having too much energy makes her step on other cats and their tails. The next queening kits are Aspen Legs with Stoat Kit and Flower Kit. Aspen Legs is a 50-moon-old stubborn, dull, creative, and small brown she-cat with gray ears and bright yellow eyes. I didn't give her gray ears as you'll see later. I also tried to give her some stripes to resemble aspen trees. She's also the one I mentioned in part 1 that is Cinderwater's sister. She hasn't been too lively since the death of Birch Sting, her mate. And if you recognize that name, yes, that does mean Aspen Legs and Cedarheart share kin with their link to Birch Sting. Aspen Legs gets help from Cedarheart and occasionally Cinderwater with her kits, but most of the time she is caring for her kits herself. She doesn't interact much with the other queens and sticks to her own little shell, but overall she's just a mother doing her best. Aspen Legs' oldest kit is Flower Kit. She's a 1-moon-old, nice swift black she-cat with a blue-gray tail tip and light yellow eyes. She's a sweet little gal and I like to think she's pretty good friends with most of the other kits. And I think she is close with her brother Stoat Kit. I tried to put some elements of flower or petals into her fur. Maybe it's just vaguely there. Besides that, Flower Kit is a loving daughter and kit. And her younger brother is Stoat Kit. He is also 1 moon old and is sweet, caring, and impatient. He's a brown tom with light blue eyes. In a way, I'm glad he was given brown fur since I planned on making him look like a stoat. Like his sister, he is friends with some of the other kids in the nursery. Though he's already getting a bit rowdy with trying to show he'll be a great warrior. He wants to be apprenticed ASAP, but his mother always gently tells him he'll need to wait. He would definitely be a pawful for whoever mentors him. The last queening kits are Ice Spring, Stem Kit, and Dust Kit. Ice Spring is a dull, lean, blue tabby she-cat with a blue-gray underbelly and orange eyes who is 37 moons old. Ice Spring was a loner who joined the clan after being pushed out of her old home along with her kids. The clan saw this mother struggling with her young kids and let her join. Ice Spring was just going to stay in the clan until she recovered, but saw how much her kids enjoyed life and decided to stay. She took on a clan name along with her 2 sons. Her loner name was Winter. As a mother, she was protective of her kids, often snapping at other cats after she was kicked out. In the clan, she was still on edge with letting her boys interact with other cats, but with the help of the other queens, she mellowed out. She also hardly talks with the others and just prefers to lay in her nest. She is proud that her sons will be apprenticed soon. Ice Spring's oldest son is the 5-moon-old Stem Kit. He's a careful and cautious mottled gray tom with dull orange eyes. I think Stem Kit gained these 2 traits from his time as a loner with his mother and brother. Ice Spring would teach him to be cautious and wary of predators and other cats. When he joined the clan, he was still wary of the other kits and older cats in the clan until their hospitality warmed him up and he began to be more open. I think he will still be a bit skitty during his apprenticeship though. In the last cat of this video, this is Dustkit, a decisive, bold, strict, lean gray tom with kind green eyes who is also 5 moons old. I decided to make him a smoke cat based on his future suffix, and Dustkit will actually be a medicine cat apprentice. With his mother ill when they joined the clan, he gained an interest in herbs and medicine, seeing the strength return to his mother with this practice. Like his brother, their rough beginning in life with being loners is why I think he has gotten the traits the generator gave him. I think he would be a stern medicine cat, the opposite to Cinderwater, who would definitely tell him to lighten up a bit. And that's it for SpiritClan. I hope you all enjoyed the making of this clan. Like how I mentioned in the beginning of this video, this won't be the end of this challenge, but for now I will be working on other videos like my I Spoil video for Blossom Clan. I'll start FrostClan after that, or after Bubble Clan's year 1 recap. But I will for sure work on the Blossom Clan I Spoil video. If you have any favorites or headcanons or theories or any ship ideas that aren't weird, just leave them in the comments. Thank you for watching and I hope you have a good day or night.